good evening, everybody. Welcome to the May edition of Creators Corner here on Friday Night Live with OCV and friends. We got a couple of three really great guests tonight, our channels. So I'm going to go ahead and start bringing them in one by one. So first of all, we need to introduce them appropriately. So first one will be Scott. Hey, Scott. You're muted, sir.
You're right. I am muted. Hello, Ross. How are you?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm excited for this content corner. I'm usually someone else. I'm usually a different as known by on Friday nights. I'm usually wearing a captain's hat and doing something else. So I am excited.
Yeah, I know. Normally you are, but either personality is welcome here.
Yes, I have two personalities. That's right. Two
personalities. And so am I. So welcome aboard. Let's go ahead and bring in our next guest. And
my name is Chris, and I'm awesome.
Welcome aboard.
That's awesome, Ross.
How we doing, everybody? That's a great job, man. I love that.
That's awesome.
And also, well, before we go, what's going on down in Tampa and in Fort Lauderdale way? Anything?
Well, I don't know because we live in Fort Myers.
Yeah, we'll have to ask the next guest. Yeah, we're Fort Myers. We're one of those fort things, you know. There's so many fort freaking everything. I'm with you, but yeah, we're Fort Myers.
As Sean would say, I'm dyslexic.
Right. It's about the same old down here. It's 98 degrees today, so it's a cooler day for us. Yesterday we got our ass kicked by a thunderstorm, and it was kind of creepy. So
yeah, I love chasing storms, so that's a hobby of mine.
Yeah, I moved to South Florida. You ain't got to worry about it. They will literally drop on your head. I mean, I'm looking outside, looking, and they're like, "Oh, there's a branch. That's a tree that just flew over. That's not good." You know,
Kyle.
Moo.
And somehow you guys still made Thirsty Thursday last night in the storm.
We did. I was surprised because we lost power. I don't know how many times. A couple houses down got hit by lightning. There's limbs down, and yeah,
we made it though.
Yeah. And now let's bring in our last but not least guest, Cruise Life TV. Hey,
well, hello there. Hey, Ross. Thanks for having us tonight.
Yeah,
Scott,
and of course,
Liz.
Hi, Scott.
Hello.
Appropriate introductions.
Man, Greg will help you.
Yes,
I'm a little fuzzy. It looks like
he is the
Marsha Michelle.
Definitely will help you if you need help.
Yep. Always. So what's going on your way?
So we haven't had any storms lately. It's been very dry here in Southeast Florida. We're in the West Palm Beach area.
Yep.
No cruises planned. Not for a while.
Not until October.
Can you believe it? Last week.
Yeah. So nothing this summer, but it's going to go like that.
Well, I have 2 cruises planned for this year. I am currently 79 days away from Alaska.
Ooh,
and
nice.
Then I'm doing the Booze Cruise 2.0 in Tampa.
Okay.
Very nice.
Booze Cruise. Is that the Halloween in Tampa?
Yeah, Halloween cruise. Booze Cruise.
Is that both on Carnival?
Booze Cruise 2.0. So I'll be on both, and I will be there representing Ocean to Ocean Travel. Since
nice.
Bruce won't be on there.
Okay.
So let's go ahead real quick and say hello to everybody in the chat.
Oh yeah.
Great.
Eddie, hey Eddie, and they're on their way to New Jersey.
New Jersey.
Yeah.
Dirty Jersey.
And they're on I-85, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Be safe.
No, you say that if you're Mason-Dixon line south, then you can say y'all.
Yeah, that's right.
I grew up in the South. I can say y'all.
If you live in Kentucky, you can also say y'all.
That is right.
So you don't want to live in
New York.
and Danny. Hey, Danny, welcome in.
Danny D.
Danny D.
Love Danny. Danny's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to keep Eddie awake since he's driving.
Okay.
Yes.
If he needs to
Yes,
say
keep him awake.
anything else, we'll probably type for him.
Keep
Hopefully he
hands on
doesn't text and drive like some of the cruise life people, the Greg TV people that are on here.
Yeah,
That's
that's
right.
that's gotta stop. That's gotta stop.
Yeah.
I tell you, I only text when I'm at a red light. Don't say anything.
Yeah. How do you almost crash at a red light, Greg?
I say bullsmith.
You don't want to know what I have to say because I'm a safety manager for a trucking company.
He's in safety too. That's the point.
Right? Fire safety, but
Life safety management.
Mm-hmm.
but not
And
You gotta keep everybody safe.
Keep them all safe.
Yes.
Everybody has to stay safe.
my better half says hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello, Donna.
she's in a different room. Where is she?
She doesn't do cameras.
I wish I didn't do cameras.
Me too.
What?
Just tell her to put on a hat.
Oh, look
Who's joined the
look
party.
who's there, Michelle.
Hello.
Hello, Michelle.
Oh, God, not Michelle. Jesus.
I'm in.
She's in the group.
And of course, hi, Kimberly.
Really?
Hi, Kimberly.
Hi, June and Brady.
Hello, June and Brady, and June and Uncle Brady.
Where's the whiteboards?
It's whiteboard.
Hold on.
Whiteboards.
I'll bring out the lamp for interim entertainment while she's looking here. Oh,
Oh, that's illuminating.
there we go. She found the bad side of turning on the lamp.
Crazy.
Hey, DJ.
Okay.
Lamp.
Hello, DJ.
Cruising family.
Hey, Cruising
family.
Cruising family.
And of course, ever popular Shady Brady.
Great.
All right.
In the right life, nice.
There's only one life, I believe.
All right. So while we go through this, up real quick, we have to say hello to one more person.
Feel better.
Hope you feel it.
Got the Rona.
Ocean to ocean.
What?
Yep. We got it twice. Both on the horizon, actually.
I thought we had it 3 times.
Yeah.
Well, one was land based, 2 are off the horizon. It's their horrible elevators that just you hit the wrong button, instant corona.
Is that something like a song, My Corona?
Yeah. Masquerodum.
Is that why you don't like the elevators on the horizon? I think that's
Yes. Instant COVID. If you accidentally get on the wrong one, you got it wrong. COVID, which they should do. Then maybe people will actually get it right on the damn elevators.
You had the COVID level, right?
No, we must have good elevator karma because we usually do pretty good. With
We
them.
did good. We almost did a video on that on the last time we were on the
Yeah.
horizon. No problems at all. It was perfect.
Yeah.
Greg
Not
didn't
easy.
want to take. Greg didn't want to take the elevators on his last cruise, so instead he took the blank.
I took the
Sorry,
flight.
I forgot where I was. I forgot where I was. I'm sorry.
That's next Friday. Next Friday, Scott. Next Friday.
Yeah, he's not wearing the hat, so we're good.
No,
Like,
I'm not wearing the hat.
Captain Controversy.
All right, so let's go around the room. We're going to start. We're going to go clockwise. So, Scott, tell us a little bit about your channel and how you got started and what was your inspiration.
Oh, good question. I got started after the Carnival Sunshine back in March of 23. I got inspired actually by taking a first-time cruiser with me, and it kind of opened my eyes to how many people around me actually want to cruise. So I decided to document a little bit of that cruise. It was awful. I have some really bad videos from that cruise, but I came back and then I decided to create a channel. And then all of a sudden, a year and a half later, here I am with these knuckleheads on
Wow.
Friday Content Creators. And
You know, the only bad video is the video you don't take.
Yes.
that's right.
Yes.
It is
Or
true.
that you accidentally delete.
It is
That
true.
one too.
No, the best videos you take are the ones you deleted
Oh,
by accident.
oh, yeah.
True.
Yeah. So
Thank you, Danny.
you entered the world of YouTube. What are you insane, or are you just a glutton for punishment?
Actually, I didn't really know where I wanted to put the content. I mean, I could have put it on Instagram. I did open an Instagram, but I guess I thought sharing the information of cruising. I looked back. I said I'm only 35 at the time. I'm 35. I've been on almost 38 cruises by that time, and I said, why not share the information with the internet and people that are also first-time cruisers and may want to know that aren't my complete close family and friends. Yeah, and that's
So you
what
said, how many cruises did you do?
right now I'm on 42, but at that moment I was like 36, 37, 38, something like that.
All with one cruise line, correct?
There was a bunch back in the day. We used to go on Royal, we used to go on Norwegian, we used to go on what they used to call the SF Dolphin back in the day. There's no more.
That was part of Big Red Boat, I believe.
I believe so.
Yeah,
Holland America,
pre-Disney cruise line.
Disney. I've done one Disney too. I hated it. Apparently, my parents said I hated it. But as of 21, it's mostly Carnival use.
Okay. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead below you to Carnival Cruise Addicts. So tell us a little bit about you, your channel, and why you got into YouTube.
We primarily cruise Norwegian and just kidding. Pretty much the same as Scott. During COVID and the lockdown of the universe, I
watched every content creator out there on cruising because I was like jonesing to cruise, right? So Lalita Loca, Para DJ, Coach Cruise, Island Time, like all these channels. And Chris kept bugging me, why don't we have a channel? Why don't I have a channel? And I'm like, we take pictures, not video.
And we did, but
that's all we did was take pictures, not videos. But we've been on 50-something Carnival cruises. Yep. We did a couple other cruise lines, and we've been cruising since 99 since our honeymoon, and we love it. We enjoy it. Thank you, Danny. And we're very passionate about it. It used to be the kind of vacation where you could just put your phone in the safe for the week and disconnect from the world.
We were that old. You didn't actually need a cell phone to get on the boat. You know what I mean? So we would shut that thing off, put it in the safe, and it was delicious. I think is the only way I can describe it. Just looking at the water, having a disconnect from the land-based world. And now you need a cell phone for everything. So it does detract a little bit for us. But, I mean, to Scott's point, it was the same thing. We wanted to share our knowledge of cruising and, just have fun doing it.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing. We enjoy this.
We're passionate
and
about it.
How many cruises do you have under your belt?
I think 57, 58, something like that. And it's something I wish we had started before, but I didn't want to be on camera.
I busted her ass a lot.
I did not want to be on camera. I don't like the sound of my voice. I hate watching my videos. I still hate it now.
But she's not supposed to do a video and in person, so tough ship.
It sucks, but you know what? I have enjoyed. I'm gonna get all sappy now.
I'll speak for her.
The community that we have found here on YouTube keeps me going. The fact that people support each other and really are there and they show up. I mean, that really just how it is. It makes me
it is nice. It's a community of some of these folks we've never met face to face. You know what I mean? And we had the luxury of I can't remember backwards. Sorry, meeting these two for the second time for Greg's birthday. No, you're pointing the wrong way too. No,
you're pointing at the wall.
Are you over there?
But yeah, it's just the community itself is amazing, very supportive, and just very fun. It's a great time, and I am so happy we got into it. Much like you all know, it takes a little bit out of your everyday life to do this and do the editing. I don't do the editing. Everybody knows she does the editing, and it takes a lot of time. And just the fact that the support we get and the people we've met, it's freaking amazing.
Great. Thank you. So, Greg and Michelle, Greg and Marcia, tell us a little bit about how your channel got started, a little bit about you, and how many cruises have you done?
Okay, so Chris mentions like being that old where you could put the cell phone in the safe, right? Well, I am older than that because we didn't have cell phones on my first cruise. In fact, my first cruise was on the SS Constitution out of New York, which is the same cruise ship. If you're familiar with the I Love Lucy episode where she goes to Europe on a cruise ship, that was my first cruise that I was on.
Wow. I didn't know you were that old, Greg.
How old were you when you were on that? Like 4?
I was like 4 years old. Yeah, my parents took me on that ship. And,
so you're farting dust.
Yeah, pretty much. I think I am. Seriously, that was the first cruise ship that I've been on, and I met Michelle was 7 years ago, and I think I watched you turn from. You went to gold, and you were not gold.
No, you helped me get gold.
And I watched her turn to gold, and I watched her turn to platinum. So I don't really know how many cruises I've been on. It's been quite a few.
75 sea days.
Yeah.
Yes. From Michelle, I'm at like I don't know 110 or something like that, maybe 120.
Rookie.
Got a lot of catching up to do.
Got a lot of.
To you guys.
We certainly do.
Yeah.
So you want to talk about how we got on YouTube as an experiment. It was during COVID, like everyone pretty much else. And it was an experiment because we were watching all the other content creators that have been around for a while and the new ones just starting up. And I was thinking, like, how hard is it to create the YouTube channel and what do you need to do? First of all, there's like hardly any information on how to get started. But
it's on YouTube. You can watch how to get started on YouTube.
I watched it.
Yeah, but I mean, but
that's what she did.
You gotta watch a lot to kind of piece it all together to figure it all out. So it's like building blocks, and so I was amazed the fact that it does. All you need is a YouTube account. There's nothing. You don't have to register. You don't have to sign up for anything. You don't have to pay for it. It's free. So we did an experiment. I posted the very first one was on the Mardi Gras, and I did like a 45-minute commercial on the Mardi Gras because that was going to be the new ship. And that was the one that was coming out. And it was a lot of fun with the editing and everything. And then we went out there and watched the Mardi Gras take off.
Right. So on their first sailing, so we got up at the crack of dawn or whatever and drove all the way up to Port Canaveral. And if you guys have been there, I guess
I think it's a very cool port.
They had because there wasn't a lot of cruisers or whatever. Anyway, there was a parking lot and there was like a ramp or whatever. And there was like a little park area. So we sat there for hours in the heat waiting for the sail away party for it to launch. And oh my gosh. But we did have a good time. We
had a great time.
Yeah, we sat and we met some people that had come over from the West Coast. They had driven over that morning.
For the same reason.
Yeah, just to be there to see it launch. And then as I got closer, that thing got packed. That little area was absolutely mobbed with people. And but it was it was very exciting. It was a lot of fun. And
it's our first video, so if anybody watching, they haven't seen it yet. If you got 45 minutes,
Jetty Park, right? Jetty Park.
Yes, yes, that's right. Well, you've been there because you've sailed out of Cape Canaveral, right?
Yeah. So it was kind of funny because Greg had me standing there like a reporter with the microphone and everything, and like told me what to say. And
hi, this is Michelle. I'm watching the cruise ship leave the port. We're not on it.
I mean, that was basically. all their videos. I've seen every one
Yeah.
of them.
It was really
Yeah.
it was really funny. And talk about being camera shy.
Here we
I
go.
mean,
Here we go.
and this is the thing. I mean, I can relate big time, and I think I've said this a few times on shows, on live shows. The reason I got over it was because I lost a very dear friend of mine and realized I had some photos, but I never had any video. I didn't have any video of him whatsoever. And that tears me up. It just tears me up. And I'm like, why am I so, I don't know, so worried about how I look or what I, or what I might say or whatever? Like, who cares? Like, let's just get out there, have some fun. And then this might be something that once I leave, once I pass over, I mean, it might be fun for people to go back and watch some things, and at least they have that. So, so that's kind of why I did it. And so I hope anybody out there that's really camera shy and would like to do this, but really feels like, just do it. Just do it.
Just start doing it.
Just don't wait for you to lose 20 pounds or whatever, or be perfect. Not happening.
No.
Just get out there and have fun.
Let your personality shine and your love. And and that's the same thing. Like Liz mentioned herself, that the community is amazing. There's I can't think of any other place where everybody comes together like this. I mean, well, church, I'm sure, but for the most part, everyone.
Yeah, they're way judgier.
What was that?
The church people are way
That's the church. I was like, they're way judgier. We're way less judgmental.
I had to, listen, I had to, whatever.
So, but I'm sure there are people out there that could make some, whatever comments they don't like, whatever. But it just doesn't matter. Just get out there, have fun.
No, the community is amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And
Ross,
how about you?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about myself, and then I have a question in the chat. So, I've been on YouTube since 2017. I was focusing primarily on Disney, entertainment, and general topics, railroading, etc. I'm nowhere near the number of cruises that you guys have done. The grand total is
Wow! Holy moly!
And Donna, prior to us going on a cruise together, was
Wow. Well, let me ask you, what brought you into the cruising community, and because you're involved a lot with us,
I was involved with the Disney community quite heavily. Mainly not as I started out as a content creator, but I moved away from that to starting to support other channels and help them develop their marketing and helping them, do a lot of their growth, helping them grow their channels through spreading words, creating media kits, getting contacts for them at, the various theme parks. I had worked in the travel industry on and off for 30 years.
Oh, wow.
I owned a company that did educational tours to Disney for schools. Under my belt, I have 736 36 trips to Disney parks worldwide.
Oh my gosh.
Majority of them were paid by clients. I left the travel agency industry in 2008, got into transportation management, and have been in there since. And I've recently re-entered the travel industry as a part-time thing with our good friend Bruce. So Donna has been on Disney, and she's been on Carnival, and together we went on Royal. So Donna said, we need to do a cruise one of these years, and she kept on pushing and pushing and pushing, and said, we go to Disney a lot. Now it's my turn. So I said, okay. One day we're sitting in the car about to go furniture shopping. I picked up the phone. I called Royal. I booked our cruise on the week after Thanksgiving, 2022, on the Oasis of the Seas.
Wow.
And
nice
it was the most relaxing vacation I ever had, because I didn't need to do anything unless I wanted to.
That's right.
We went to Labadee, we went to San Juan, and we went to St. Thomas, and then Coco Key. We got off at Labadee. We spent an hour and a half on shore, went right back to the ship. It was hot. There was no breeze. And the vendors were extremely aggressive when we said, nah, we don't want to deal with this. We went back to an empty ship and enjoyed ourselves.
Yep.
San Juan, we got off the ship. We walked up the port. We walked up by the Walgreens to the first main street. We made a left. We went to Raíces restaurant. Came back, went to Walgreens, got back on the ship. We were going to go to Barashina, but as soon as we got in the port, I called to see what the wait was. It was 6 hours to get into the bar.
Wow.
To get a table.
What the heck?
So
What's
Donna's
going
boss,
on there? Free drinks?
Donna's boss grew up in Puerto Rico and told us to go to Raíces. So we went to Raíces. St. Thomas. We spent a lot of time off the ship. We got off the ship. We fell victim to Diamonds International, but we didn't buy anything. We walked out. They wasted about an hour of our time.
International.
Yeah, they came in and said, oh, no problem. We get you a sapphire diamond bracelet and give you a good price on it. Turned out to be $37,000. Okay, bye.
we're big.
Thank you. Have a good day. But they did say it is duty free. Yeah. So we ended up getting on a jungle bus and we did a 2.5 hour tour around the island. And we enjoyed ourselves thoroughly.
Yeah.
Nice.
Couldn't believe how many roosters are walking around all over the place on that island. So we got face to face with an iguana. And I got to see my first celebrity ship in person. The Celebrity Beyond was next to us. I believe it was Beyond. So we saw that. And then we went to Coco Cay and stayed on the ship. Enjoyed another day, and it was just a fantastic time.
That's the thing about cruising. You could stay on the ship, you could go to port. It doesn't make a difference, And
on that cruise, we did all specialty dining.
Really?
Yeah. We got the unlimited dining package.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Yeah. And Don and I aren't big drinkers, so we went with like the refreshment package, everything but the alcohol.
Yeah.
Right.
But the kind of what turned me away from Disney was in February of that year, I took my brother and my sister-in-law with us to Disney for 9 days. Stayed in Port Orleans, 6-day park admissions, not including meals, not including airfare, not including any of that, just Disney, just the cost was $14,000 for the four of us.
Oh, my God.
Oh my goodness.
And
the mouse can kiss my ass.
The parks were packed. Exactly. The parks were absolutely packed. People were acting entitled. It was my brother's first trip there, and it was a gift to him for surviving cancer.
Oh, wow.
And
well, good on him for that, but don't take him to frickin' Disney, man. Jesus. Take him somewhere else that's a little more enjoyable. I mean, I know you've been in the industry a long time and you're a Disney guy, but Jesus.
Yeah, he wanted to go because he had never been.
It's his choice. Yeah.
Okay.
They were in scooters. They were crowded around. They couldn't move anywhere.
Wow.
Run them over.
We spent less than 4 hours a day.
Like on Carnival with the scooters. They just run everybody over, break an ankle. You get out of the way, leave that ship in the hallway. Can't walk. Bye.
Okay.
So
that's too bad.
That's my background on cruising. But now we're gonna do our bucket list, which is Alaska this year.
Nice.
I'm doing the booze cruise solo.
Well, that's great. You're doing 2 cruises.
Got off Alaska, bastard.
Then we do the Rock and Roll Tribute Cruise next year.
Nice.
And then after that, we're looking to do Greece and the Mediterranean. And then hopefully, if time works out, in the near future, in the next 3 years, we want to do a 27-day trans-Pacific to Australia.
That's cool. Is John Travolta going to be on the Grease one, or Olivia Newton-John? Either of them?
What's that?
Well, not Olivia. She's no longer with
Or
us.
Olivia Newton-John, are they going to be on the Grease cruise, or?
No.
Wrong grease, Chris.
Yeah, wrong grease.
It was a raw style joke. I figured you get it.
Yeah. I
All I have to
understood.
say, Chris, up until like last second there, it was.
Yeah.
I had a peanut moment.
Oh.
So
But you
Donna
said
has a
There's a
question.
question in there, yeah.
So,
Mrs.
question to the panel: Would you prefer an indoor room or a balcony room on a cruise?
I'm gonna say that's pretty freaking easy. It's balcony all day long. We did a balcony on our honeymoon, which was 99, and then I think we tried one interior room.
Once we did it.
Basically lost our ship and said pretty much never again. And I don't think we have. In the interior room we had, it was a late booking, and they're like, we have an interior handicap one available. And we're like, well, I feel bad, but it's a bigger room, bigger bathroom, bigger shower. And even still, I don't know. I don't know. I can't do it.
Well,
I need at least a window, something.
Yeah, we've done a window.
Yeah,
we've done an interior. There are some interior rooms that are larger and lighter and like less claustrophobic-y, and I would do that. But I mean, part of our experience in the morning before we go to bed is to step outside, look at the balcony, look at the water.
Yep.
Not look at the balcony. Go on the balcony, look at the water.
I love looking at the water. My one of the current job I'm at, which has been for 18 years, I got relocated to Venice, Florida, which is 60 miles away from me. And the highlight of my 120-mile daily trip was going over 2 different bridges over rivers and looking at the water. And I'm like, okay, this is what sustains me. So, yeah, I need a balcony.
Yeah, well, we did a balcony on our first cruise. Alaska, unfortunately, due to budgetary constraints, we are going to be on the inside room.
Okay.
But we're going to be on a ship that's got an inside observation area lounge.
Nice.
So we're going to take advantage of that. We have no problem. We're early risers. We get up at 4 or 5 in the morning every day.
Yeah.
Same.
So we're gonna get out there and we're gonna get our space in the observation lounge on our ship, the Encore, early in the morning on Glacier Bay Day.
We actually booked for the first time on the Carnival Sunrise. We booked an interior cabin. For whatever reason, it was considered an interior cabin, and it had a porthole, but it was still considered as an interior cabin, and it had a sofa. Which the best part about that was, if you pulled the curtains or close off the window, it looks exactly like a balcony cabin because you've got the sofa, you got the bed, you've got the curtain. It's just you just don't know. Instead of a balcony behind the curtain, you have a wall with a little porthole. So
yeah,
Well,
so we
Donna
did
and
do that. Yeah, that was okay.
Yeah, we've
Donna and I
done
like
the
to
4
spend
holes
time.
before. They're cool.
how about
We
you,
like-
Scott?
I think it really, for me, it depends on who I go with. If I go by myself and I'm on a budgetary constraint, or I'm going with somebody that is on a budgetary constraint, I would get an interior room or be able to be talked into an interior room. You really don't spend as much time in the room, for me anyway, as you think you do. So an interior does its job on a 3-day, 4-day, 5-day, but on a 7-day, if I was going with somebody, I don't know, that had a really good casino deal and got a balcony. I mean, obviously, would you prefer a balcony? Always, but
with us, it's a budgetary thing, and we don't spend a lot of time in the room. We basically sleep, we get ready.
Yeah.
That's it.
right, same.
Take a shower.
We like to be out and about.
Leap and hump.
Doing
That's it.
things.
That's it.
We like to be out and about and doing things. So, well, I'm on the booze cruise. I'm actually gonna have an inside upper lower.
Okay.
What?
Inside upper lower cabin.
Yeah, that's the cheapest you could do, right? For like a solo cruiser.
Upper lower.
Yeah.
The 1A.
The 1A.
The 1A is.
1A, yeah.
Yeah, but I got a casino deal on it, so
Yeah,
Nice.
cool.
Well, and that's another reason we get primarily balconies is because we get massive casino deals. I mean, we're gamblers. Pretty much everybody knows it. And we get great offers. So, I mean, why not get the balcony? You know what I mean?
Yeah, instead of spending the money on the booking, you spend it in the casino, and you may
we
win.
will. We will. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, Well,
I mean,
for
we're
me,
pretty,
on the booze cruise, I'm on a casino deal. I got $50 free play and free drinks in the casino. I'm only going to use the $50 free play.
Yeah,
I don't
I could do
gamble.
that.
I don't gamble when I'm alone. Donna has to be with me.
Oh, I could gamble
That's
alone.
bringing
Sorry.
in.
She has. A couple of the cruises I came down with COVID, she didn't at that point in time. So I'm sitting in the bed, sweating my ass off. Just
Bye.
sweaty. I got the chills. I'm freaking out, and I'm texting her like 2:00 in the morning. Honey, are you still alive? Did you fall overboard? And she'll go, like, oh, look, I won $2,000. Hey, I'm like, I'm dead here.
You were sick on the last cruise. First of all, I was sick at the beginning of the cruise, and you gambled without me. So
I
don't
did.
even
I'm
try
not
to
saying
act
it's just
like
you.
By the end of the cruise, though, he was sick. I paid off our tab. Okay.
She did very well last night.
Yeah.
Well, my thing is, I have a compulsive personality, so I don't go and play unless Donna's with me.
Buffalo.
Buffalo.
Actually, that's my favorite game. I won the most on that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you budget accordingly. Like she left the room like, I got $8 million. Go ahead and spend it.
$8 million.
I was wondering if anybody was going to catch that.
I was like, I'm coming over.
Right.
Over now and get me some.
Wish I had $8 million.
So, I lived in Vegas for 4 years, and I learned my lesson living out there.
Oh my.
Oh, where are you living now? It sounded
I'm
like
in
you're.
suburban Chicago.
I was
Oh,
gonna
okay.
say you sound like okay because when you said you came face to face to iguana, I'm like you're not living in Florida then.
That's for sure.
Because you see those
Well,
suckers all the time.
We run them
Give you
over.
a-
We see them on the street. We just drive right over them.
Yeah, we kick them out of the way to get the car into work anymore. It's like I'll punch a gator in the face, kick a freaking lizard, and go to work. That's like the norm.
You got to open up your hood and check your engine first because they're all hanging out in there.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Up here, we have to worry about cats in the engines.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cats in the engine.
Oh.
Well, Scott,
No,
you got some pretty nasty creatures out there too in the morning. Yeah?
No, let's not talk about those creatures. They can stay over there. Yeah.
Don't you have
Right in the desert.
scorpions? Do you
I
have
know those
scorpions?
creatures.
Mhm.
in Arizona.
I got bit by one, stung by another, and then bit by a horde of black widows.
Oh my
goodness.
God! Really?
What the hell?
In
horde.
Arizona?
In
Did that
Las
happen?
Vegas.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
When they say the city that never sleeps, the insects don't sleep either, Ross.
no, I know that. I went into the crawl space to clean and just check it out and inspect it, and I got.
Yep. That'll
I
do
think
it.
they said I think they said I had something like 350 bites.
Oh my God.
From a Black Widow?
Yeah,
I hope
luckily where I lived, literally right around the corner was a hospital.
Oh.
Wow.
My roommate took me right there.
That's some shit right there.
Crazy.
My roommate was a medic and took me right there.
Oh,
Wow.
that's good.
So I got stung by a scorpion. No big deal. The ones out there you really don't have to worry about. They're not that toxic. I got bit by a rattlesnake, however, did not puncture my skin. It actually hit the boot.
Oh.
I was wearing high boots in the desert.
That's good.
Have you come across a rattlesnake, Scott? Have you ever?
Once on a hike, and it almost bit my friend, and then we got out of there.
Oh,
We
really?
had a pygmy rattler. When in South Florida, you get rattlesnakes and you get pygmy rattlers. And we opened up the garage and we were literally had our cats in the carriers and we set them on the ground, opened up the
We're
garage.
going to the vet.
Yeah, going
let's
to
be
the vet.
clear. Yeah.
And we opened the garage. I'm like, what the F is that? And there's this little freaking snake. By little, I mean about 4 to 5 feet long. And I'm like, grab the cats, please. And as we're trying to back out, this thing's just coming at us. So I grabbed a big old push broom and I'm pushing it at him. And he's just absolutely attacking it. And he bit it, dragged it out, and lived back the car over him like 5 or 6 times. Finally killed the little bastard. And about 4 months later, I literally grabbed the broom and it had a bunch of cobwebs on it. And I went to, wipe the cobwebs off. And it was the same broom that he bit, who knows how many times, had the venom on there. And it got into my hand and into my body. And about 20 minutes later, I'm like, I don't feel right. And then we put 2 and 2 together the venom was thankfully degraded at that point in time, but it was enough to still soak in through my skin and just affect the nervous system for probably 4 or 5 hours. And I was like, holy crap, from a broom, it was still that bad. Can you imagine actually getting bit by one?
Wow.
Well, here where I live, I'm 100 yards from a creek, and across the creek it's a forest preserve, all open area. So we have cottonmouth moccasins here, which are highly toxic, but they don't come up on land. They you just see them on the creek. But where I live, we have the typical skunks, raccoons, possums. Deer will actually walk around in our little courtyard here. In fact, the other day I was getting out of my car behind our house. I get out here, rustle, rustle, and there's a fawn going out from the coming out of the
Bambi.
So we see a lot of that over here. But I'm in suburban Chicago. I'm about 30 miles due west of downtown Chicago. And if you know TNT, Tom and Terry, I'm about 15 minutes from them.
Okay, so 30 miles away, you don't get all the dead lead from the random gunshots. That's good.
Donna goes into this west side of the city for work, the very nice part of the city. I won't, other than that, we don't go in the city. We stay in the suburbs. It's much quieter out here. It's much nicer out here.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I grew up in an inner city, and so instead of fireworks for New Year's, it was gunshots. 4th of July, same thing. Every year, we would almost literally go count the amount of dead lead in the top of our car, or if our windows got taken out by all the bullets falling down. And we were the same people going outside with our guns going, da, 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 da. Like, where's that going to fall? And turns out on your own car. So just shoot at an angle if you do that.
So we kind of stay out here. I work in the suburbs, far west suburbs, and it's a quiet here. But eventually we're looking to move out of Illinois.
I don't blame you. Move to Florida.
We don't know.
Things a hell of a lot easier.
You're moving out of the area, you said? Yeah.
Yeah, we're thinking about it. We're not sure where yet. Ideally, I like to be able to be in an RV traveling the country.
That sounds great. Actually,
doing whatever we like to do. So, with that said, starting on the top with Scott, bucket list cruises.
Bucket list cruise. Next bucket list cruise would be Hawaii, and I'm doing that at the end of the year.
Okay. Who are you going with on that one? Carnival?
Carnival, yes. Carnival. Same ship that I went to Alaska because I love it so much. It's so weird. I love it.
All right.
The miracle. Carnival miracle.
Any others?
Ooh. I like to go bar hopping in Ireland. So maybe like a smaller ship over to Ireland, a smaller, I don't know, Silver Seas or something like that. But I think first bucket list would definitely be Hawaii. So I've always wanted to go to Hawaii. That's been like a dream of mine for a long time.
Yeah, my mom grew up in Hawaii. I've been many times. It's beautiful.
Oh, I can't wait.
Unfortunately, the area that my mom grew up in and spent a lot of time was destroyed in the fires.
Man.
So, the land that we had was sold, became a housing tract. It was a pineapple plantation in Lahaina. So, but still a lot of good memories there. So it's wonderful. So, Chris and Liz, what is your bucket list?
So 2, I think Alaska is 1, and we want to go in 2026. So that's hopefully the next cruise we book once they release our offers for like summer of 2026. And
it
then
should be the fall of this year. I think they're going to release.
Yeah, and then I would love to do like a Mediterranean or European cruise, or actually Australia too. Damn it, I have a lot of bucket list cruises.
As much as I'd love to see Australia, the travel time. I don't mind flying.
If we go, it's going to be business class or better. Like we're not going to go economy. So this
when
is
we
going to
hit
be
Lotto,
when we hit
I will
Lotto.
take a boat
It's-
there and a boat back.
It's a bucket list. It's not like it's, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. The Alaska and, something in Europe will be different. We've been to so many Caribbean ones. And I won't call it a bucket list, but I would definitely love to get back up to Canada. We did one or two out of New York up to Canada, and it was absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
God, I love that. And I would do that again in a heartbeat.
Alaskan cruise hits Canadian ports, or at least one. So
yeah.
you can
West Coast Canada. I mean, we're not West Coast people. I'm sorry, Scott.
So here's a little tip for anybody who's going to travel international. You can fly business class for anywhere between 20 to 60% off, even first class for 20 to 60% off. It's called using an air consolidator. You can only get that through a travel agent.
Okay.
No, then we got to pay the travel
then
agent
we gotta
20
pay-
to 60%.
No, you don't pay the travel agent, but then the cruise would be so much more, but the airfare would be less, right?
The airfare would be less than what we were researching it. The airfare, if you went standard in business class, is about the same amount that you would pay for the cruise.
Yeah, but we pay $100 for those cruises.
Well, I'm saying the retail.
Oh.
So an air consolidator, you can't book until 6 months out, but you can save a lot of money. I was looking at Emirates going through Dubai to go to Italy. First class in the Emirates suites. Normally that's $29,000 per person. I could get it for $9,000 a person. So it was really a deep discount.
I mean, that's cheap compared.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of
like, how about buying a house instead? Or a mobile home or
a
something.
new car.
Or taking a $100 cruise out of freaking Miami. Just saying.
So
wow, I had no idea those kinds of flights were that expensive. But good that
they can get pretty expensive.
Travel agents can get that kind of discount.
Yeah, the one thing that you should do is if you want to research it and you want to see what it's like, there's plenty of videos on YouTube from like Sam Chewy, luxury travel expert, and they'll actually take you into the cabins and you can see that. What the environment is, what the food is like, the service, all of that. Donna and I, because of comfort and whatnot, domestically, we fly first class. It's worth the upgrade for us. With the way airfares are, we're spending maybe about $100 more, and we're flying first class
because of your travel agent status.
No, we pay market price.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whenever I'm looking at flights, the first class is always a lot more expensive than the regular seats. But
how did you fly home?
The tip on that is also if the prices are high and you have a confirmed coach seat, when you get to the airport, go up and ask them, hey, do you have any specials on upgrading to first class? Usually have like $100 deal because they were able to fill the seats. Yeah, they'll make it available for people with points, but what they want to do is they want to get the revenue in. So if you pay for it, you get priority over them.
Really?
Yes. And then check your bags because then your bags are included.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. I did fly.
That's why I said, how did you fly home last time? She flew home first class.
I forgot. I used to
back in the bus.
Well, it's where I'm usually at, but Delta gave me a silver status upgrade, and it just so happened that my flights they upgraded me to first class on the way home from my White Plains
so
last minute class.
That's actually a tip you used to use on the cruises because when you get out to sea and you get to the first port the next day or you're at sea, whatever it is, you can actually ask if there's any available cabins that you can get yourself bumped up to, and they'll give you those cabins. But that was back in the day when you didn't have
a full ship.
They're all fully booked now. People are trying to book stuff at the end of 2025 and it's already booked. So
wait list.
I can't even get on a wait list.
I had a client call me. Give you an idea. I had a client call me this morning, wanting to go to Alaska in July, mid-July, and didn't want to spend more than $2,000 for a party or two. And I said, impossible.
Impossible.
And
What
I
did you
said,
find?
why? I said, because it's right in the heart of peak season, and they sell out a year in advance. If you want the best prices, you have to go book a year in advance.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and they
We
wanted
get
to
a
go
great
on.
deal on
They
our cruise.
wanted the cruise line they wanted to go on was Azamira.
As a mirror.
Yeah, and even with Azamira, you can't even just walk on the ship for $2,000.
Wow.
Oh yeah, it's a luxury cruise
know
line
that
for
one.
sure.
I've
No
never
way.
even heard of that cruise line.
I
Yeah,
said I could probably get you on Carnival for that as long as you book a year out.
Yeah.
Kimberly's
Maybe.
Alaska and Hawaii's for her.
Her bucket list. Yeah.
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 For sure.
And what is your bucket list?
So,
You go.
well, we're actually hitting our bucket list next year. We'll be going to Alaska for the first time, so we're looking forward to that.
Mhm.
We got a killer deal. Oh,
Hey.
yeah, this is one of the family, huh? Hello there. Oh,
Welcome to the party.
oh, that's awesome.
The party, nice.
The
I like it.
party.
That was good. That was
Okay.
good.
That's my recipe
Yeah, so
girl.
our we had for sure 2 on our bucket list. So one was Alaska, which we're doing in next summer, and then our other one is the Mediterranean.
2006. We're going to be on the
26.
2026.
2006.
I was like, holy shit. He's that
We're going
good. He
back
got
in
a
time,
time
Greg?
machine. We're going back to 2006, folks.
That's when I
As we want
graduated
to
high
be
school.
I
When we
want to
go.
be younger.
I want to be.
You want to be 40 instead of 60.
That's
Wait,
getting
if you go
smart.
back to 2006, will I have hair again?
Well, the reason why we're doing the Mediterranean in 2026 is because that'll be our.
60th birthday.
Can you say
I
it?
know. I
don't
can't even
wanna-
believe it's 60.
I can't say it.
We're
Your
turning
40th plus something birthday.
So that's
Yeah.
why I want to say 2006. I want to be turning 40.
40.
Yeah.
Where are
But
you
no,
cruising
that's-
out of
Yeah,
for
that's our plan.
Mediterranean?
Yeah.
Where are you cruising out of from the Mediterranean? Cetavecchia?
Well, we haven't booked it
we
yet.
haven't booked it yet. We're
We've been
really
looking-
close to booking. We're going to probably go with Norwegian. We're not going to fly because they offer free flight, but we are not taking that because we heard
No.
that they'll separate us,
Mhm.
and
Yes.
one person may make it, the other person may not. Your luggage might make it.
Yeah.
And you are
So-
required to make a connection both ways.
Yeah.
And you're required to take late flights. I looked into it. They are working on a beta program at Norwegian to introduce a new way of doing air, but that's still far from being launched. So
Yeah.
that one you would definitely want to do an air consolidator for. Also,
Right.
be aware if you're flying into Rome, do not rent a car
No.
in Rome. Do not drive in Rome. And
Just
if you're
roam around.
crossing the street, look everywhere. They will run you over. They don't care.
Yeah.
So
I've been to Rome. Yeah. Never ever try and drive there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even let him try and drive there. He's a really, really good driver.
the
No,
other
he's
thing
not.
about
He freaking text and drive all the time, so he may be a good driver, but
I'm a
Jesus,
good
man.
driver.
No. You're like, I almost crashed.
You're like the
Oh my
little,
God, I can't text anymore.
You're like the little a-holes that I see at like 21 years old driving on their phone. Punch him in the goddamn
I'm
face.
glad you guys are telling him that, not me.
Oh, no. We'll kick him in the nuts next time we see him.
What do we
When
got
your
there,
balls
Ross?
hurt, you can say, "Oh, my balls hurt. I shouldn't text and drive."
But
Yeah.
they have voice to text in cars now. You can actually text
Yeah, I have
through
that.
through the car.
Yeah.
You don't.
Yeah,
need
but I
to
have to proofread, and it always says the
Oh.
types the wrong thing.
That's okay.
All
Let
right.
people
Well,
read
then
it.
wait till you get to your not freaking driving before you text.
Right.
Texting is okay on a cruise ship because you're not driving.
No,
Yes.
Marjorie.
Oh, hey, Marjorie. Thanks for coming in.
and
No,
coconuts.
you're dancing in a hula dress in Hawaii. Oh, yeah.
know.
For sure.
We'd all love to see that.
And
I just want to
coconuts.
get laid in Hawaii. Laid.
Yeah.
L-E-I-D.
Oh,
Apparently, you get laid
L-
as soon as you get off the plane.
I-D.
ID.
L-I-E-D? I before E, but
No.
except for ILIED.
No, it's L-E-I-D.
L-E-I.
See, I'm smart.
LEID.
Otherwise, it's lied.
I lied. Oh yeah.
But see, you have to understand one thing,
Honorable
Scott,
cruise addicts.
and I don't know if many people are aware of this. When you go to Hawaii and they put a flower lei on you,
Mhm.
a flower is feminine.
That's okay. I still want to get laid.
Yeah, I'm secure in my manhood.
Is masculine. So technically, the proper way to do it is a woman will put the kukui nuts on a man, and a man will put the flower lei on a woman.
Wait. A
That is
kukui
traditional.
nut?
What's a
Kukui
kukui?
nut.
A
Kukui nut
nut?
is it's about that big. They're dark brown with white, and they put them on string, and they make leis out of them.
I
So
thought
a chick
coconut
puts her
was like
nuts on
this
the dude,
Cooey.
What's that?
right? You say a female is going to put her nuts on the dude.
Exactly.
All around my neck. She's gonna.
Either that, or they're
Hey
gonna put,
Scott, I'm going to Hawaii with you. I need a chick on my neck. Sorry.
or they're gonna put palm
I
leaves
just
around
ignored
your neck as
everything you
well,
said.
but
I
they're
have
not
no
a
idea
full
what you
circle.
said.
If palm leaves are put around your neck, that's a sign of honor.
Mm.
Palm me up,
So-
baby. Pamela Henderson.
Pamela.
Pamela. I don't know.
Sally Palm and her 5 friends.
Oh, my.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, after he gets that lei put on him, he's gonna go like this.
That's
No,
like a
that's
cat.
not like after he ate too much chili. that was the Mexico trip.
Hula.
Or-
We're going to do
Or
some
I
hula.
just thought about it. He actually will more than likely go like this.
That's in
Oh, wait.
Austria.
That's Heidi Klum, right?
Wait, that's Marion.
Heidi Klum.
But that was the Ricola commercial.
It's like the slot machine, Heidi.
Heidi.
Ricola.
Oh, that's one of the best things you can do when you're in port, and if you have a balcony cabin and there's 2 boats that are close to each other. Every time we're there, I would just yell Ricola because everybody's waving and happy when the boats are going away from each other. It's freaking hysterical. Just yell it. I love it.
And then you get people yelling back.
Yeah, Ricola! And it just echoes back and forth between the 2 boats. It's effing
Oh, that's
hysterical.
funny.
It's
We gotta
more
try
fun
that.
Oh.
when you're drinking.
Yeah,
Just say that.
yeah, you gotta be drinking.
Oh, we always drink it.
A couple gummies
Oh,
on
yeah.
board.
Oh yeah.
Gumby's.
All right. Well, we're coming up on the hour. We can continue if you like.
I need a bio break.
Need a
She
bio
got
break. So why don't we do this? We got a 5-minute bio break going on. In the meantime, we're going to go ahead and show you this little clip that we have that everybody be about cruising. So while everybody take a 5 minutes, it's 5 minutes, and we'll see you in just a few minutes.
Imagine, if you will, that on your next vacation, you go to a fancy hotel, but you can't leave because we surrounded it with a moat. While you're inside with roughly 3,000 other people, we move the entire building at great expense, all while you mill around a 100-square-foot room. Then with you still inside, we move it right back. You might wonder, why would anyone do such a thing? Well, wonder no longer, just experience it with Royal Horton Cruise Line. I'm Roger, and I invite you to spend a week or 2 aboard one of my floating megastructures, doing a bunch of stuff that you could do just about anywhere else. But we want you doing it more expensively and with more difficulty on a big boat.
Well, everything's more fun on a boat because it's a boat.
Oh, sure, it is a boat in that it might catch fire and sink. But you aren't really going boating. This thing is so big you can't even feel that you're on a ship. You're surrounded by an ocean you can't touch. Though if you like swimming, you're welcome to hop in the pool to inhale a little communal pee.
Hey, no splashing! There really isn't room for splashing.
I heard there are tons of activities to do on cruises.
Oh, sure there are. Eat 7 times a day, inflating yourself with room temperature shellfish till food poisoning plops you on the toilet for the rest of your voyage. Ignore your children for an entire week and let them go all Lord of the Flies in the kids zone. Head to the casino to steadily bleed more money on top of what you already paid till you don't remember where you are or even what your name is.
But there are shows, right? Music, comedy, magic.
You know where else has shows? Literally any city on Earth. Only elsewhere, when a performer's awful, you don't have to worry about bumping into them again tomorrow and the next day.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed my lukewarm political takes and my Cartman impression. I'll be here all week.
And so will you.
I was hoping for a luxurious vacation, like the Titanic.
Luxurious. We market cruises as a luxury to people for whom any vacation is a luxury, which is, to be fair, a whole lot of people. But no actual rich people waste their time in these disease-incubating floating dormitories.
I got a new strain from a passenger last week. They're calling it hepatitis ampersand? But Titanic.
Yeah, Titanic, over 100 years ago. You know why people took cruises then? Because a ship was the only route from one coast to another. But if they could just fly across the ocean in a few hours and then spend the saved time on some other cooler rich person stuff, they would. They didn't have cruises back then that left New York and came back to New York 1 week later, because that would be stupid.
But what about the cruises that do go places, like the ones that go from island to island?
Oh, those are better. Sure, it's the least immersive and most superficial way of visiting a place. Just don't think too hard about how much the people there hate you. See, tourists annoy people everywhere, but locals put up with it because tourists drop bags of money on hotels and restaurants. Cruise passengers, they crowd the streets during the day, window shopping in their hideous novelty teas, but get their beds and booze from us. So the town is lucky if the cruise folks even buy a postcard. A ship comes, and locals see a terrifying sea scraper ready to pound their shores and stretch out their canals like something out of a disaster movie.
Like Titanic?
Like some other disaster movie. Ships are nasty in the open water, too, belching out a continent's worth of poison gases, spewing sewage more concentrated and deadly than 1 million sharks could poop out. Did you know Royal Horton was fined tens of millions of dollars for dumping oily waste? And we're not even a factory. We're just a floating hotel with really small rooms.
Where's my... I wasn't alone, was I?
Gee, looks like we lost someone. That happens sometimes. A lot of incidents happen on cruises, actually. If you have any crime to report, just tell it to the nearest uniformed authority figure. But just to be clear, they're not cops. They work for us. When we're at sea, there are no laws.
That can't possibly be true.
Oh, it's truer than you think.
Royal Horton is incorporated in Liberia, so we don't have to pay minimum wage. That room attendant cleaning your luxurious cabin, we pay them $500 a month.
Wait, what? Listen, I just like the idea of a cruise, okay? I just want to go someplace where I can relax, someplace that'll take care of my every single need.
Oh, then please book a room with Royal Horton. And when you get back, make sure to visit Horton's Health Urgent Care, where you'll get the best care for that bug you caught on board.
Goo. Oh, I don't feel so good.
I've been Captain Roger. And the rumors are true. I control the whales and the tides.
Oh, that was funny.
Hey.
Yeah, it was, but it seemed quite anti-cruising. I'm just saying.
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
But an experienced cruiser knows it's really not that way.
Well, we do know that.
Thank goodness.
So, where did you find that?
I found it on YouTube, contacted the comedy group and asked if I could use it. And they said, yeah.
Oh, awesome.
So,
Back.
That's good. It's kind of their
Big controversy.
I needed a refill.
Of
So-
water.
So, Ross, you do this every Friday. You have a live show every Friday night.
I
Is
do
that
a live show every Friday. Well, I won't be doing it for the next 3 weeks, but I typically am live on Fridays at 7 o'clock Central Time. I have a variety of guests. I have regular guests. It's talking different topics. It's shooting the breeze. It's just having fun.
So
in our
basically,
community.
we took your time slot with the match game. Is what you're saying?
There's plenty of room for all of us.
Yeah.
Speaking of
I
match
don't look at
game,
competition. I look at helping the community.
Yeah, and it
Lamb,
sounds like
lamb.
from what you said, you're not strictly cruising, so you've got a variety of different topics. So people that
Well,
are
mainly
interested.
we're now dealing more with cruising.
Oh, okay.
So, you know.
That's a bright idea.
Hey,
Oh,
Liz,
sorry.
do you see the light through his ears? Take a look. Do you see a pretty?
Did it go
Wait,
right
I see
through?
a beam.
you probably see it through the other side if I do this.
Yeah,
Liz,
there's
how
a
do you
beam in
deal
there.
with this? Liz,
Chris's bright idea.
Okay, enough.
Somebody
One
lunched
more
down.
round.
Oh my gosh.
So, so let's talk about a few other things.
Okay.
In relation to cruising. Why did you choose the cruise line that you go on regularly? Why did you choose? I know you all primarily are Carnival. What draws you to Carnival? What makes Carnival stand out?
I think the Carnival cruise addicts should answer first.
It was the first. So we actually used a travel agent for our honeymoon. The only time we ever did, because we had no idea what we were doing. And that's back when they gave you like the paper books.
Oh,
Little
yeah.
papers,
Yeah, you used to get the
remember?
actual
And you got the
freaking
tags.
tickets. Ah.
Yeah. That was cool. It was so exciting. You had all these little coupons and things in there. But that's what they booked us on. And for us, like, we loved it. It was an experience we never had before. Like, you didn't have to plan anything. You just show up. I mean, we had to fly for the cruise.
Yeah, we went from New York to Miami.
But once you're there, like, you could just, it was so easy. And we loved it. And so we did it again. And then we did it again. And then we did it again.
And then we moved to Florida. And, you know,
Team addicts.
yeah, the cruise, the people on the cruise, the crew itself is just amazing. I mean, the amount of work these people, and I'm sure it goes for every cruise line. And, but just the ship these people go through, they're 3, 6, 9 months, sometimes years away from their family. But at every contract, they go back home. They come back and they do it again. So that tells me a couple things. As I'm in that industry of customer service, that A, they enjoy what they're doing. B, they're getting paid pretty well to leave their families for months at a time and then go sign a contract for 6 to 9 months and do it again. And I mean, there's been a few, literally a few instances where like, it wasn't the best, but everybody we've met, the ship could be in disarray. It could be an old ass ship. It could be rotten. It could have flooded. It could smell like crap because it got flooded the cruise before ours, which has happened a couple of times. But the crew themselves is what brings us back to Carnival. They're just generally speaking good people. You know, whether they love their job or they
crew members.
What's that?
What else does Carnival do for their crew members? Do you know?
A lot. I mean, they paid them pretty much through the entire
They do a lot.
or something. Or?
So you mentioned how like they were away from their family for like it could be 6 months, 9 months, a year, right?
Right.
They also promote putting families together on the same ship.
Oh, if they weren't, work, yeah.
Which they don't shy away from. You know, it's something that they kind of promote and encourage. So
yeah, we tried another cruise line. We tried Norwegian, and the experience, like, we went in trying to have a positive mindset, saying like, look, it's going to be a different experience. We really find it to be a good one. It was a short cruise though. Short cruises, you never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, it was a 3-day.
So I think, look, now that we're older, I think we will want to branch out.
Sure.
If
Absolutely.
somebody wants to give us good deals to go on other lines, we'll check it out. But for us, we love the vibe.
Yeah.
The vibe of Carnival.
It's normal people like ourselves. You know, you're not rich, you're not poor. You've saved up your pennies to go do this. And you know, it's really a good time. And yeah, like I said, we love the crew, and we look forward to the reviews every time. So we can, I mean, back in the day before we had the cell phones and stuff, we would literally save a stack of receipts. So when it came up to time for review, we had their names, you know? So yeah, we love the crew. We love the people, and we just like cruising, honestly.
And how about Scott over there? Is that where Scott is?
That's where I am.
This
I
way?
guess Carnival. What brings me back to Carnival is it's always been kind of cost efficient and budget friendly, while also still being fun, and that fun party atmosphere if you'd want it. But if you don't, you know, there's still trivia and so many activities for one to do, new cruisers and experienced cruisers. And I think you can fill your day depending on what type of mood you're in or what type of vibe you're feeling. And I think that sets Carnival apart from a lot of other different cruise lines, because yeah, there's some things to do, but if you go on a Norwegian cruise, you're not going to have as many things to do as Carnival cruises. And to say, you know, you're not going to hit everything on a Carnival Fun Times, because they intentionally schedule things on the same time at the same time for different people to catch different personalities, you know. So I think that's why, you know, in a nutshell, if you look at, obviously most of the crew is going to be international, but you also have a lot of passengers from different diversities, all different spectrums, every different race, every different color, every different size, shape, that love Carnival. And I think that that's what really brings, well, like Chris and Liz say, you know, brings the fun atmosphere and aspect about it, and especially connecting, like we all love doing here, connecting with other human beings, other cruisers. And I feel like that you get that best connection with Carnival, you know, crew and guest both. So crew definitely 100%, but guest too.
All right.
Go ahead.
Your
us? Turn. Our turn. All right.
Okay, so mine's a little bit of there may be a little bit of a lengthy. Well, anyway. So I started on Carnival.
Tell us, baby.
I really enjoyed Carnival. I had a great time. Then I went on Princess, and I was like, gee, the food on Princess is so much better than Carnival, but I'm not having that much fun. So the cruise after that, I went back to Carnival. And I was like, oh my God, the food on Carnival got better than Princess. And then I went on to Norwegian, and I was like, oh my God, Norwegian gives you free chicken wings 24/7. And that is my favorite, my favorite go-to. So then I went back to Carnival, and then I went to Royal, and Royal, I couldn't stand it all. No, I was on the Oasis. It was jam-packed. I had to like squeeze my stomach in the main dining room just to get to my table. They had, when you first walked into the door, there was a big round table there, and it was just so many people. I couldn't take it. It drove me crazy, and they were very rude. So then I went back to Carnival again. Carnival was friendly and fun, and ever since that, I've just been on Carnival. It's like you said, it's the staff, it's the crew members. They just make it so much fun. And who said it, Scott or Chris? You're right. They have everything. If you want fun, excitement, it's there. If you want to go like quiet and be tranquil, it's there. Everything. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So for me, like I've done pretty much only Carnival. The only other time I did another one was Princess with my friend that passed. And we did like a short weekend getaway, and it was very relaxing, but I just think that, I mean, Carnival does really live up to their namesake, the fun ship. I mean, that's what I go for. I love the deck games that they do. I used to love the Harry chess all of those kinds of things. I mean, they don't do those anymore, but I had
Don't give him an excuse to take his shirt off.
Remember the horse races? Remember the wooden pegged horses where they used to roll the dice?
I do remember that.
I love that.
That was great.
Even John himself. People ask all the time, why don't you do the Harry contest, people? Because people are the contest and people are offended. And he's like, I think it sucks. He goes, I absolutely think it sucks because that was one of the funnest things. I actually participated in one or two of those myself. I'm a little bit on the furry side. And it was great. The thing I don't like doing is being shirtless in front of a lot of people, besides on that. But it was so much fun.
Wait, what? What did you just say?
I can't believe that for a second.
Seriously. That is so not true. That's such a lie.
All right, back then.
It looked like a sensor, Chris. Your Carnival Cruise addicts, when you lifted your shirt, it looked like a sensor. It was covering your little nippies.
To the bone.
Right. Yeah, you're right. It looks like a banner. You know? Yeah, it covers the nipples. There you go.
Oh my God.
I just
so yes, you're right. Because
they really do bring the fun, and I really do believe that their crew, I mean, they're spectacular. I mean, I don't have anything to put it against besides that one.
I was on Royal Caribbean. I was on their Lido deck, or whatever you call the pool area. I wanted a towel, and I asked a crew member, "Where can I get a towel?" And the crew member was like, "It's over there somewhere." I'm like, what kind of an answer is that? Like, I would not get that from Carnival. I'm sure the crew member would have ran over, grabbed me 2 towels, and said, "Here, take this." And
they're always about going above and beyond.
And
that's the thing. Like when the management puts that out there, like it's all about like the top down, right? You know, it's about the experience. And I think that Carnival, I think that's why people keep coming back to them, even though, I mean, it might be the low cost leader or whatever in a marketing term, but it also creates great value, such great value for what you get.
Here's a trivia question. Does anybody know how Carnival got their term, the fun ship? Scott?
Because they're fun.
Chris and Liz?
Because they're fun. I did actually read something about this, but I'm such a bird brain. I don't remember.
We have the answer. I'm sure Liz has the answer too.
No, go ahead. I'm drunk.
No, I haven't done
I'll let you tell the story.
Oh, you'll let me start it and then you'll finish it. Okay.
Probably will.
So here's the thing. So we were on a cruise with Donkey Chris Salazar, and it was during one of the cruise director Q&A, and I think that's when he told like how Carnival got the name, the fun ship, the fun ship. So go ahead.
So I don't know if you know the history of Carnival, but they purchased a used cruise ship. So they didn't have the ship built. They bought a used ship. They put the Carnival name on it. Yeah. They polished it up. They put it out to sea. And wouldn't you know it, it went out to sea and the engines died.
No, it ran aground.
Oh, it ran aground.
Yeah, it ran aground.
I know it stopped.
On its maiden voyage out, it basically like hit a sandbar, ran aground or whatever or something. And so they couldn't move.
And it had to get towed back to port.
So so what they decided to do was like do an open bar. They're like, everybody free drinks.
Everybody free drinks. Or, sorry, we'll give you free cruises. You got free drinks. Spend the next 2 days just drinking it up and eating and having fun. And then they knew the media. And one of the reasons why they did that was because they knew the media was going to be there. And they're going to be all over the ship. And they're going to be interviewing the guests coming off board. And the first person they walked up to, they said, how horrible was it when you were at sea and you ran the ground and your cruise was ruined? And the guy gets off the ship. He goes, my God, this was a fun ship. And that's how they begin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was the first private island too. It was the little sandbar that nobody could get off the boat. But it was the first Carnival's first private island called Sandbar. Sandbar K. Key. K. Koo. Ko. K.
So it's a great story.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is a good story.
Donna went on a Carnival cruise and they had a Q&A with a cruise director. And so someone asked a question, so where do the crews stay? And he said, we drag a dinghy behind us. That's where they stay.
All of them.
Yeah.
Right. Every department.
Speaking of crew, when we went on Royal, we actually found it to be the service was above and beyond. We had one minor hiccup, and it wasn't anything major. And the manager felt so bad about it. Of course, what did they send? The obligatory strawberries to the room?
Yeah.
And we didn't expect that. And so I just went to a crew member and said, the coffee pot's empty. And he was like, whatever, and walked away. Let the supervisor know. He was very apologetic about it. Took care of it, and I didn't expect anything from it. That was our only problem. Our steward was phenomenal. So a friend of mine who's a frequent cruiser, has over 120 cruises under his belt only on Royal and Celebrity, said, here's the tip. When you get on the ship and you meet your steward, hand him $100 bill. At the very day. You'll get anything and everything you wanted. Well, we did that. And he said, is there anything you want? Anything at all? I said, all I need is a fan and we're good, and an extension cord. Well,
He had like
and then middle of the cruise, we came back on the ship and we're going back to our room, and there he is. And we planned for it. We picked him up two $50 international phone cards for him to call home.
Wow.
That's nice.
And then the last night of the cruise.
They like out of the ordinary.
The last night of the cruise, when everything, just before we're going to get up, we see him in the hallway, corridor, and tell him we appreciate everything he's done. We handed him $300 cash.
Wow.
He broke down. He said, with what you gave me, I can feed my family for 9 months.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I haven't talked to my family in 7 months. And I talked to them that night that you gave me the cards for 2 hours.
Yeah.
I said, if we made your career and your life a little easier, that's all that matters. We appreciate everything that you do. We believe in tipping people for service.
Absolutely.
Because I came from the service industry. I came from the hotel environment. So I understand, what people do and what they work for tips. And with what they get, they deserve to reap the benefits. Yeah. So, of course, we always prepay our gratuities, and we always give above.
Yep.
We have a good bartender we like, we give them more.
That's what we do. We prepay and we always tip.
Yeah, we bring a stack of singles on the boat every time. So it's not you have to give a single. Exactly. I'll make that ship rain. Are we past then? No. Make it rain. But they're working hard, and it goes for either land-based or cruise-based. They're working hard, and if they're doing a good job, they should reward it. I walk into a restaurant with 20% plus in my mind. The server and the service themselves can diminish that. Other than that, no. I mean, they're working hard to help us, and I love it. We listen to the same thing. Like, we ask for ice on every cruise because we'll bring a bottle or get a bottle on a cruise, and we'll make drinks in the room. And we're like, hey, we need some ice in the room, and we'll give them 20, 40, $50 right off the bat. And they're like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah.
And we're like, no, we just want ice. They're like, okay. And there's ice in that room every day. And they appreciate it. You know what I mean? They really appreciate it. That's why they're doing this, is for their families. They are away from their families for an extended period of time. So anything you can do to help them help their families more, if it's earned, well worth it.
Absolutely.
Was the ice similar to the ice that Scott brought inside of his shirt back to the bar to put it in his drink?
That was a piece of the glacier, by the way.
Yeah.
That's a different type of ice.
And
No,
when
but
the
you're
ice
absolutely right.
when
But
when the
Ross-
ice touched when the ice touched his nipples, he went.
I like that. But I do want to go back to what you said, giving that. So the TIPS is actually an acronym. I don't know if people know that, but TIP is to ensure prompt service. So, so doing it was traditionally, it was supposed to be given beforehand. Before the service happened, you gave them the tip. So I don't know how it got backwards where we gave it afterwards, but that's case in point. Like you give it to them up front, and they're on it, right?
Scott's going the same way. We're missing a letter. We're missing a letter.
Is it inshore or
ensure?
I thought ensure.
Isn't that what my dad drinks for?
Well, it's ensure.
Ensure.
Ensure is what you drink. Ensure is
it's like the old drink, the drink for old people.
Yeah, but I think
like insurance, like it's insurance for prompt service.
Can we Google this? Like, I
Can
don't
we Google
And again, I agree.
I know what you're saying, and I agree 100%, Michelle.
I think it's right.
I agree too.
Anyway, that's what I was told. But
ensure promptness.
Ensure.
Insure. So if you turn it around, the insurance for prompt service.
Yes.
Insurance.
Okay.
Diane Goldstein says to ensure prompt service.
It seems like
Tips are always in advance. Gratuities are always
sure you're going to receive it.
Yeah.
It's like you're like Geico.
Oh, sorry. Keep going
Wrong show. Next Friday, Scott. Next Friday. I mean, I would prefer to get the T out and put a T there myself. And
Anywho,
it would ensure good service.
Yeah, bring on the lamp.
As Michelle says, tips are in advance, but if you think about it, gratuities are always afterwards because you're showing gratitude.
Oh, see, yeah, there you go.
You know what?
Yeah.
It's just the tip.
Just the tip.
Just the tip.
So why do we pay for gratuity before we go on the cruise and then we tip them?
Things got backwards, as well as a lot of things in this world has gotten backwards.
Back in the day when we first started cruising, we would move the tips around and we still don't go to the MDR much this day. And they're like, oh, a lot of tips go to the MDR, and we would take the tips and not delete them, but we move it to the Lido deck. We would move it to the cabin.
Move it around. That's pretty good.
Because we didn't use the MDR, so they don't. I mean, I know they need the tips. Don't get me wrong, but the people cleaning the Lido deck, those frickers need a lot more money than what they get because they do an absolutely amazing job. So. We'll move the tips around to the areas that need them, but we will never delete them.
Do you know who we tip? We actually tip the cruise director on every cruise.
Do you really?
Yeah, because for us, we feel that they make our cruise really. I mean, we go to the wave show. We actually try and go to everything that they do.
Yeah,
because we book our cruises a lot of times based upon who's going to be the cruise director.
Yeah.
And so
we didn't tip John Heel though.
Yeah.
we never booked a cruise.
I assume a cruise director is making way more than a typical cruise. I mean, maybe I'm wrong.
Right.
But you know what? You wouldn't think. I mean, I don't think that they probably receives any tips, and I'll have to talk to you behind the scene. But I mean, there's a reason, and
I can see why you do it for sure.
I mean, why wouldn't they be grateful for a tip too? I mean, sure, they've got, but they work so hard too. I mean, their schedule is probably crazy, and they're trying to manage and do their job. And Chris, I mean, Liz, you guys know, like managing and trying to do your job on top of that is pretty difficult. So
and anybody who touches us and like makes our cruise better.
Okay, no, don't do touching.
Reaching out.
Hey,
Sorry.
can we put that banner back up so I can?
Anyway, but go ahead. What you were saying.
Oh,
Sorry
well,
to interrupt.
anybody that like makes our cruise a better experience.
Yeah.
Anybody who makes anything.
Yeah, like
Well, I mean, we've tipped our casino host in cash, and again, they're in the
and the last time it was the girl that was at the main dining room, the hostess.
Yeah,
we gave her a big tip, and I think actually there was some cruises where we had exceptional service at what was our favorite, not La Cascina, what was the Shebang. Yeah. And I mean, this girl was phenomenal. So I was like, you know what? We're going back and we're giving her a big tip.
Yeah.
Because
we did.
Yeah. And so we love doing that. That's
and it means so much to them.
And like you said, I mean, sometimes Ross, the fact that it can feed their family for wow. I mean, that's incredible. 9 months for $300.
Yeah, he was from Indonesia.
Wow.
First world problems we have.
Oh, I'm telling you. I was listening to something on YouTube where seriously, this society is our generation has the best life that has ever lived on this planet. Truly, we all live like kings and queens. I mean, pretty much. I mean, we have the entertainment, the food, the whatever, kings and queens only enjoyed, not even 200 years ago or something. It's crazy. It's crazy how blessed and how lucky we are. And if we are that lucky, we, to give back to the people that live in a country that is not as blessed as our country is.
Let's let other people talk.
Oh, sorry. But you just give me enough of this. And
we're about ready for bed.
Yeah.
We're about ready for bed.
I'm thinking that we need to wrap it up soon. So,
really great. I got the puppy back.
I have one more question for everybody.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
On my first Carnival cruise in October, I will be on the Paradise. What should I expect?
A lot of good time.
Yeah, don't look forward to being impressed with the decor or the ship. It's a smaller ship. So if it's your first Carnival, if you're looking for a big ship with all the bells and whistles, all the roller coasters, ice skating rinks, and whatever ship they have on, I know. But
he's
that kind of
stuff, he knows the ice skating rinks are there.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking for a boat that is likely to have a lot of good people on it, it's not big, which I love. I love the small and the mid-sized ships. So the Excel class are gorgeous, but you got to walk 6 miles to get a damn burger. On those ships,
how long is that cruise going to be? Is it a 7-day or is it less?
6.
Well, that's perfect.
Yeah, so you're going to get a different clientele. So the smaller ships do have the tendency to do
6 days is fine.
That's what I'm saying. You're going to get a cruising clientele versus a party clientele. I don't give a shit what line you're on. If it's a 3 or a 4-day cruise, it's going to be a party cruise because they're more affordable. You get into longer cruises, but we're on this and that one in next year.
Yeah, we're going on the Paradise next year.
We love them.
I would say there's not a lot of frills. There's not a million upcharge specialty restaurants.
Right.
I think they do have a steakhouse. I'm not sure though.
Nick and Nora's.
What's that?
Nick and Nora's.
Yeah.
Okay. They do. Okay.
Oh, didn't you Nick and Nora? Same as what you just had? Oh, okay. But it's a smaller, more intimate setting.
I love it.
Which we like.
Yep.
But it's not kind of how Carnival is branding itself today with these newer ships and the different. I will say the theme of the ship will be more iconic Carnival, where it's not Fauci. I was gonna say Fauci. What the hell's his name?
The Farkas.
Fun Ship Freddy.
Farkas. Yeah, Fun Ship Freddy. Fun Ship Freddy Farkas.
No,
yeah.
Farkas. Joe Farkas.
It's not gonna. Yeah, it's not going to be the bright and shiny ships that everybody's releasing. It's going to be an older style ship, which I personally enjoy. So if you're looking for bright and new and the best of the best on the sea, that's not the ship. You're going to find a classic Carnival ship that is relaxing and enjoyable.
Yeah, but they have glass elevators in the
My thing is, I'm going to relax and socialize.
Yeah.
You'll love it.
Perfect.
And the only thing that's important to me is
Perfect.
I have some dining options for my diet. One, and number two, my room is clean and the ship is clean.
Yep.
And,
Those are my three recommendations.
It's Carnival food.
Expect.
I'm sorry, Greg. What was that?
You're going to get more than you expect, and you'll get a little taste of Carnival and how they treat everybody.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Don't expect the glitz and glamour. It's not going to be on that ship. It's going to be a very 80s decor ship. But again, I love them.
But the one thing about Carnival, you could go on the 5, 4, 3, 6 day cruises, 7, 8, 14, whatever the case may be. It's always very consistent when it comes to the crew members.
Yeah,
so
I agree. You'll
be able to experience the crew members at their best, no matter how big the ship is, how small the ship is, how old the ship is, how new the ship is. It's very consistent. That's our opinion.
That's our
experience. Scott, you just got off an 11-day Carnival and
on a
mid-size ship. How was that?
I love that ship. That ship was awesome. That ship none of that ship made sense. It was so weird. And so it was like they put 4 different Carnival ships together and was like, hey, it's a miracle. Well, yeah, it's quite frankly, that's exactly what they did. And I love it. I'm like, wow, they don't build things like this anymore. They don't call Yellow Brick Road and there's blue bricks.
Bad.
What'd you say?
I said, when I saw you post that video, I wanted to be on the Miracle so freaking bad. You're like, nothing makes sense, but I love it. And that's what I want to be. I want to be on that ship with you.
It really does, so I don't know. The Miracle, I love the Miracle. It hopped up to my second favorite ship and kicked the Jubilee back to the third. So
wow,
Jubilee's new.
Really?
What's your first favorite, Scott?
The Dream.
Oh, well.
Good call.
Also, another smaller mid-sized ship too.
Yeah, but that's what we love. We've been on the Celebration and Mardi Gras. I don't know how many times recently, and we're going on nothing but mid-sized ships for literally almost the next 2 years, and I am eagerly anticipating it.
But Magic is now a mid-sized ship. It was a big ship, right? Just like.
But now it's a mid-sized ship. I look forward to it, honestly. The big ships are good. I don't need all the frills and 68 different restaurants and all this other shit.
Yeah.
I do. I cannot wait to go on the Jubilee. I want to experience the Jubilee. I love the Mardi Gras. I love the Celebration. I love them. But I love the other ones too. I love the first one we went on was the Magic. That's going to be always special for me. Love the Horizon. We've been on that many times. And
hey,
what?
I think Chris and Liz are going to be on the Magic with us.
What?
Oh,
right, on the FFS.
And me too.
FFS. Yes.
And Scott.
No. And Kimberly Level, if she's still on.
And Kimberly, yeah.
Kimberly.
Yes,
and
J&T.
Oh, J&T.
Oh.
It's going to be so much fun.
We got the FFS 7 cruisers all on here.
Best ship is bar none. Like I've got the best ship ever is the one you're on.
That's right.
So I have a question regarding a comment that John Heald has said.
Oh, Grandma's here.
What does he mean in regards to Cleveland?
Oh, you know this one.
Have you not watched our Yakety Yak series?
I haven't had a chance to use them
I didn't know
at
you were
work.
still here. Aunt June's going with me. She's my roommate.
Yeah, so we actually answered that one, and I thought it was great. So they had a guest a while back that was literally giving him hardcore crap because he never mentioned Cleveland, Ohio. And John was like, hey, I mentioned the ports we cruise out of, our destinations, this, that, and the other. He goes, we don't cruise out of Cleveland. He goes, but you, kind sir, because there's a lot of F-bombs and other stuff that he called John. He goes, I will continue to mention your fine town going forward. And that's why he mentions Cleveland all the time, is because this a-hole was being an a-hole. And so as a backhanded, you know what's coming next, this finger, John's like, okay, I'm going to mention it all the time. So when he says from Cleveland, that's why, because of one extremely rude guess that John's like, screw you. I'm going to call your bluff, and he does it going forward.
And
well,
I
that's
think
a funny thing, because I spent my high school years in eastern suburbs of Cleveland, Ohio.
Oh, really?
Oh. Michelle's from Cleveland.
I am not.
No, you're not. But
maybe Marsha is.
Marsha.
Maybe. I don't know.
She's from Ohio.
I'm from Ohio. But
Ohio.
I'm from the southwestern part of Ohio. I'm from the Dayton area.
And the last post that we posted on John Heald, it's episode 2, part 2. He actually talks about why he mentions Cleveland so many times.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will take a look at it. Well, we're coming down to the up to the hour 45.
It's
I
time,
know
yeah.
you guys got to get some sleep. Some people have to use the facilities.
Poor Chris.
Oh, and Scott's got his blog tomorrow morning.
Oh yeah, I guess. Yeah, I do. That's right.
What
The
is this?
podcast.
What is this?
I was gonna write on the back. I was gonna write on the back of this.
Mary?
I have all of our. I never erase this. I was using these as like notes.
I
and
don't
stuff.
want to hear anymore. Stop it. No.
God.
I'm sorry.
All right, enough. That's the third time, Chris. Enough.
I'm using them as earmuffs.
That's a good one. I like that.
Earmuffs. Oh, I've sorted 3 times, I think, this time.
Okay.
All right, peeps, we're out.
Oh my gosh. Ross, thank you so much for having us on
Yeah, we
tonight.
appreciate it.
It really was a
Oh,
good
really
time.
enjoyed tonight. Thank you. We
Well,
appreciate
you,
it.
Rob. Make sure everybody goes and visits all of these channels. Like, subscribe, share it out to your friends, the community, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you can share it. Let's help everybody grow. That's the most important thing. Number
Agreed.
2, remember, Helping Hands for Cruising, the Rock and Roll Tribute Cruise, benefiting them.
Yes.
Information's on the bottom.
So Ross,
and then
real quick,
also-
you're gonna be over there in Port Canaveral, right? For the
Rock and
sir.
roll.
we may
Yes,
run into
I'm
you.
the director. I'm the director of the cruise.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you're the director of the cruise.
Oh,
Ah,
I'm the
wow.
one director.
Okay.
Wow.
All right.
Okay.
And
Awesome.
No,
I think
he runs the board of the cruise. Yes.
But you're going to be on it, but you're not, I mean, you're not the travel agent for it, or?
I am with Bruce at Ocean to Ocean.
Okay.
So I work with
Okay.
Bruce, and
Okay.
I'm
Well,
part of his agency.
We're probably going to be up there that weekend to say bon voyage.
Say hello to
Yeah.
everybody. We probably won't be able to get on the cruise just because we have so much other stuff going on.
Yeah.
Right then, but we definitely want to meet up with you guys before you get on the ship. So we're going to try and get a
little get together.
A get together. Yeah.
Well, we have a get together
be clear.
coordinated for Friday night at
Okay.
time to be announced at Gators Portside.
Yes. So to be clear,
Oh,
Dawn-
write that down on my board.
Dawn from Down Under Cruisers will be drinking a Foster's
At that time.
at that time because of the donation we made to Helping Hands for Cruisers. He's going to drink a Foster's.
He's gonna
And-
chug it, and we're gonna videotape it.
Yes.
Oh hell
that's
yeah!
right.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy a couple extra phones and cameras just for S&Gs.
Yes.
Just so
Oh
you
my
know, I'm
God.
gonna have 2 cases of Foster's there.
Oh, nice. You got the oil cans?
Yes.
This so
Go ahead.
Travel Scouts gave that to him on
My birthday,
his birthday cruise
30
last year.
367 days ago.
Yeah.
Travel Scout.
Wait,
So-
this is
It's on our calendar now.
There it is.
It's on our calendar. give me Give me the cap.
And I think Carnival Cruise Addicts and I have a little announcement to make, if you guys are willing.
Sure.
Yeah.
Our new involvement with Helping Hands for
Helping
Cruising.
Hands for Cruising. We're no longer advisory board members. We are actually on the board for Helping Hands for Cruising, so we are honored. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be awesome to support a cause that is so meaningful to us.
Yeah, we love it.
And we're really excited. So I'm excited to be doing it with you, Ross, and everybody else. So
now I'm going to give you guys an early clue. I'm working on a sponsor right now of a company called Rockin' Vodka. They're based out of Rockford, Illinois. They're the first non-GMO, non-sugar based vodka.
What?
And the co-owner is Rick Nielsen from Cheap Trick.
Oh my God, Cheap Trick! I love them.
Yep.
Wow.
So we are working with them right now and trying to develop this relationship. Waiting to hear back from the cruise line to find out if we can bring some of their product on board and give samples to all the adults that are part of the group. And we'll have 3 custom cocktails made specifically for the shows. We're going to do a Red Hot Rocker Martini, Cinnamon Martini. We're going to do a...
Scott's like I'm there.
We're going to do a Rocker Gimlet. And then we're also going to be doing a Cape Rocker, a Cape Codder, but it's called a Cape Rocker.
Oh, that's cool.
So we're working on that right now. And in the last 2 weeks, we've gotten extremely busy with inquiries for the Rock and Roll Tribute Cruise through our advertising. So we've been extremely busy with that.
Cool. Yeah, that's awesome.
That's a great cause.
Yeah.
Yep.
For sure.
So other than that, guys, those are the big announcements. Those are the big things going on. If Shawnee, you're watching, we're sending out our thoughts and prayers for you and your family.
Absolutely.
We're here for you if you need anything.
Yeah.
And with that being said, folks, we're going to go ahead and call it a night. And make sure you check out these 3 troublemakers next week on their match game.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't want to miss it. Yeah.
It's gonna be wild because they've been on hiatus, so they've been holding it all in.
We've been all cooped up. We've been cooped up.
Yep.
Oh, it's going to be a wild show.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, and one other thing real quick. On the Rock and Roll Tribute Cruise on Thursday, which is a sea day in the evening, we will be hosting on the cruise ship Thursday Trivia.
Oh.
Controversial Cruising live at sea from the Atrium Lounge. Live at sea.
Wow, that'll be exciting.
That would be fun.
We're gonna stream it too, I think. I hope.
Yes, we are working on getting that streamed live.
Excellent.
So, and hopefully by that time, all the Norwegian ships will be upgraded with Starlink.
Much like February 16th, 2025, we're going to be doing the match game live on the Carnival Magic.
Woo!
Are we? I want to be drinking and drunk. Like, do we want to do the match game?
We're like that every week anyway. What's the difference?
Right?
I'm not underneath the affluence of alcohol. Miss on you, Pister.
All right, pack your whiteboards.
Honestly, Austin,
Whiteboard,
I don't think it's off the coffee.
Back to whiteboards.
All right, everybody. Thank you so
All
much,
right.
Ross. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
We love you. You're an amazing
We'll talk to
guy.
everybody soon.
Joining us here, and that tuned in.
Yeah, Kimberly, thanks for hanging in with us.
Yeah.
Gotta go get my potatoes out of the oven. I put them in on and break. It's too long. They're little potatoes.
Go get your spud, Scott.
The spuds.
All right,
Love
we'll
you,
let
Scott.
everybody go. Have a
Love
great
you.
night. Have a good weekend. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
What's in your
Bye.
spud?
Bye.